guys, well I've just picked up this Honda 1983 Honda CX650 E model, and it's been sitting around for quite a while in a shed. It's in a pretty sorry looking state. It was last registered in the year 2000. So yeah, it's I guess with a bike like this you could restore it if you wanted to back to its original condition, but for me this isn't in the same condition like the XV1000 Midnight Special or the Honda CB750 F2. To me this is a little bit too far gone. So this is to me this is an ideal candidate for a calf racer. So my other CX650 is a rear shocky rear end. This has got a monoshock, so it'll be more of an interesting project to and a different tank and that as well, make a different style of bike to the one that I already have. So I think that's the way I'm going to go. I said I'll get this bike stripped down and design a new calf racer. But it's going to take I'm not going to be like my other bikes. I've got 4 nice bikes here now, and I'm just going to potter away on this particular bike. Yeah, so stay tuned, guys. Let's have a look around this 1983 Honda CX650 Euro model. Yeah, she's pretty tired and dusty. Been sitting around for a long time, and of course there's a question mark over the motor. I'm taking a bit of a gamble on that, really. People say they turn over, but you don't know what the motor's like inside. But yeah, it's all there. So, you know, should be able to make a good calf racer out of it, I think. But yeah, the old tank's in a bit of a sorry state. A spare tank did come with it, which is in slightly better nick than this one. Actually, this tank inside is pretty good. Yeah. So that's it. The next project. Well, I got stuck in and stripped the Honda CX650 Euro, and very happy to find that the motor was in very good condition actually. The oil had protected the motor. There was no sort of corrosion in there. There was actually sort of greenish liquid in the radiator. The bores have still got home marks on them, so I'll put a new set of rings in it and, you know, do the heads up and everything like that. The bottom end, the conrod bearings were good. One had a little scratch on it, and fortunately I do have one half shell, because you just can't get conrod bearings for these 650s anymore. If anybody knows where you can get them, please drop a line in the comments for me. But the bike did come with 2 petrol tanks, and this one was black sort of thing. I stripped it all down with the paint off it, but it had a lot of bog in it, and really very disappointing to find that the tank has been pretty well mangled, really. I don't know whether you can see that closely, but yeah, quite a pretty nasty looking fix-up job there. And this tank is actually quite good inside. You know, there's not much rust in it. It's been opened up as well, and there's a bit of a weld inside. But yeah, because of that, I just gave that one a miss, you know. There's no way I can really fix that nicely. I don't, you know, like you do get dents in motorcycle tanks, and you can pull them out with glue pretty much all the way, and then just a little tiny bit of filler in there fixes them up nicely. But I do have another tank sitting outside, and I'm presently trying, it had a bit of rust inside. It looks a better tank on the outside. I haven't got the paint off, so fingers crossed there's not too much underneath that paint. But yeah, it was a bit rusty inside, so what I'm trying is, looking on YouTube, that's where we get a lot of our information, to try the electrolysis. So I've put some washing soda mixed with water in the tank, and I've got the battery charger in there, and it seems to be working. So we'll go out and have a bit of a look at that, see how it's going, and see what the end result is. Okay, and outside I've got the battery charger going into the positive anode here. We'll just out that on the thing there. But yeah, you can see the amount of rust on the anode there. It's taken it off. So keep that going. We'll have a bit of a look later on and see what result we get. Well, guys, the electrolysis is completed. Wasn't entirely successful. It did clean the tank, but this tank's it was reasonably rusty, and it hasn't got all the rust out that's in the tank. So it's probably going to give me problems later on, so I'll give you a bit of a look inside what it looks like after the electrolysis. And I'm just going through the frame at the moment, cutting off all the bits that I don't need, welding up any little pieces that are not looking good, and I've got all the link systems basically all ready to go to the sandblasters. Well, here's a look at the tank after the electrolysis, and it has taken a lot of rust off, but it hasn't taken it all off. There is some crap down the bottom there, and yeah, looking at this tank, it's really, again, it's in a bit of a mess. There's dents all over it, there's bog all over it. I've done brazing down here, so I've decided to look around, try and pick up a good Euro Sports tank. In the meantime, I've got plenty of time here at the moment, so hopefully I can pick up a nice clean one for the project. Now, looking down here, I've done welded up a few bits and pieces and cut off a few bits and pieces off the frame, ready to take it to the sandblasters. And once I get it all cleaned up, then I'll probably do a bit of work on getting the seat and rear cowl done. But the next thing to get into too, once the swing arm's cleaned up, I'll get all new bearings and seals for it. I have got myself a 955, a CBR 955 shocky, recommended by Kevin Murphy. He's a bit of a CX legend, and Brickhouse Builds, they've done the modification from the original shock to the CBR 995 shocky. Mine has got the 650 rear link here, which Kevin recommends to use a GL500. I can't get my hands on one of them, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this off through here, get it all nice and flat, and then I'll make up a bracket to, once I get this all back in the bike, I'll make up a steel U-bracket, and I'll take it to a professional welder and get it welded onto this cast iron body. He says he can do it no problems. So yeah, that's the plan, guys. Get all this stuff off to the sandblasters next.